such an asshole.
I'm going to start by saying two things I need to get across to the client, just in case I forget. So I don't want to forget. One, you need to join the military. I say that also because it pisses off all the right people. All you do is tell people to join the military. What are you? You're just jealous. I came up with this idea and made money off of it, aren't you? You could have come up with this idea. Why didn't you start telling people to join the military? So you really need to start thinking about that. And then number two, you need to go and buy Bachelor Pad Economics and read it. And read it. You don't have to read the parts that don't apply to you just yet, like retirement planning or estate planning. Because this one video is not going to be enough. But the information is there much cheaper, and that will be enough. Okay. So you need to at least investigate the military, see if you can join, because I'm not going to be able to help you for a $40 consult. But there are going to be other men, women in your situation too. So link is down below now. All right, so let's get to this guy's question. Dear Aaron, you don't have to read the first paragraph. It's just some backstory. Your mom works at a place. You graduated from high school recently with a 1.0 GPA. And you're not in a bad neighborhood. Last year, you moved to another town to attend a community college to learn cybersecurity and get my grades up so I can transfer to MIT. All right. That's a pretty big jump going with a 1.0 GPA grade average. And then you're going to go to a community college, which there's nothing wrong with. And then you're going to go to MIT. Money is becoming a problem. I have 3 credit cards I use, and I pay for it with money I planned on saving by means of crypto. Stop. Just stop. Okay. I asked you what kind of background you come in, and we'll go over it later, but just so everyone knows, he's come from a very disadvantaged background. His mom is a worthless piece of trash. They're in and out of foster homes, father not around, mom loves herself and the guy that she had sex with more than she loves her own children. Knock it off with this crypto bro BS. I'm all for crypto. I'm all for trading it. Repeat it. Go. Let's translate. Let's stand in the mirror. I'll give you time. Get in the mirror. Turn this up so you can hear it. All right. Repeat after me. When I say, I have 3 credit cards I use and I pay for it with money I planned on saving by means of crypto, I'm really just translating that into a different language to say, I'm a lazy, worthless piece of crap, just like my mom, and I don't want to get a real job. See? Now, keep looking in it, pause it if you have to, repeat that 5 or 6 times until you understand that. Don't you dare lie to me. Don't you dare come up to me, I'm working to save the crypt. Get off your ass. Go find a job and work a real job. Okay? Look, you want to go to MIT? I understand maybe your background was so bad you got a 1.0 GPA. All right. And I asked what your IQ was, and you have a very high IQ. You could go to MIT on your IQ, but you can't go with your pathetic joke of a work ethic. I understand the environment might have been bad, and that's why you had a low GPA. All right. But you ain't trying. You're a lazy, worthless piece of crap, just like your mom. And you're going to remain a lazy, worthless piece of crap, just like your mom, until you learn to stop being lazy. And another book that you should go pick up while you're at it is How Not to Become a Millennial. And you're going to read the chapter on laziness. And you'll be like, oh. Like, if you're a hot chick with big boobs, you could be lazy because a bunch of guys would come in and pay you. But you're not. You're a dude. Stop acting like a little pansy-ass little bitch and get a real freaking job. Now, it doesn't have to be a high-paying, quote, real job just as long as it pays. But we are knocking. Decide now. Do you want to go MIT? You're never going to be lazy again. You're going to knock it off with this crap. If you're too much of a weakling and a coward, if working a real job scares you, well, then don't bother going to MIT. I don't know why you're in school. Go on welfare, live in foster homes or government homes, just mail it in. Right? I'm going to assume you want to not suck like your mom. I'm going to assume you don't want to become a piece of trash like your mom. Right? And I'm telling you now, you knock it off with this lazy, bogus BS. You get a real job. You pay your bills. If you have to go to school part-time, that's fine. Go to school part-time. But knock it off with, I'm going to trade NFTs and crypto, bro. Knock it off. Sometimes my family writes me a check, but I wish they would make sure I get a job instead. They got to make sure you get a job. You are lazy. No. So you gonna shop at Aldi's? You're gonna go to the church to get your food, like the free food, because you're so lazy and pathetic. Man, you really want to become your mom, huh? You're so lazy. You want your family to force you to get a job. You think you're going to MIT. Oh, dude, just I know where you are. I don't mean that like I know where you live. But I know where you are. Just go off on the highway and like start panhandling now. Just get used to that, man. Get some dreads, get a sign, come up with a lie. What I want you to do though is can you panhandle so that when people come off the highway, there's a fast food restaurant saying now hiring at $15 an hour behind you. Can you do that for me? That would be really funny. Here's a list of places I've applied for but didn't get hired for one of three reasons. I'm just going to assume you look like crap. Because right now, and you're applying at fast food places and truly entry-level stuff, and some of this may not be your fault because your mom never taught you how to groom yourself, right? I'm going to assume you stink. You don't have deodorant. You don't have a decent haircut. I'm not saying you got to have the world's greatest haircut. You got to be clean kept. You didn't wash your laundry. Did you show up on time? No, seriously. You think it's your family's job to force you to get a job. And you mailed it in high school. I don't know how you get a 1.0 in high school. And you think you're going to make money on crypto. Sometimes they don't call me. Sometimes they interview me, but don't hire me. Sometimes I show up and the hiring manager isn't there. Okay, well, that is a problem common with fast food, is the bosses aren't even that competent. All right. Now, I don't know what you look like, dude. But in today's economy where they are desperate to hire someone, something physical about you tells them no, because they are desperate to have people work for them. So you need to, another thing you should, because you didn't have a job, why don't you go online? I was going to have you take Modern Life Dating course, like his intro course about hygiene and all that. But what I want you to do, because you probably don't have the money, spend the evening researching basic hygiene. Take a shower, get a haircut. Doesn't have to be fancy. Get a nice shirt. Maybe learn to tie a tie. And you show up on time. That is preschool level stuff. We don't do that here at AOL Consulting. And you should have the intelligence to know what to do, show up on time and all that. But just to eliminate that possibility, if you're getting shot down by all these truly entry-level places that are desperate for work, there's something wrong. I'm going to assume it's you. I'm going to assume it's because you didn't have a dad. And you really don't know basic stuff. Deodorant. All right. So I don't care where you get that education. Modern Life Dating has a course, but I don't know how much money you got. But go on the internet and look up basic hygiene for men. I think even Troy Francis has some videos. All right. Go look it up. I'm hoping the DVR, I don't know what a DVR is calling back. Maybe they could get me a job. Hang on. What's DVR? Is this some government agency where like, well, they'll get me a job? DVR. I'm just getting digital video recorder. I don't know what DVR is. Sounds like a government agency. So I asked a couple questions. Have you had your IQ tested? Why is your GPA so horrible? And do you have a driver's license? I have an IQ of 120. It would have been 130, but I have a literacy IQ of 99. Literacy IQ doesn't count. Don't worry about that. So you are very intelligent. You could go to MIT. My GPA was low because my mom had me living in a foster home, so I was never in a mental state to turn off the TV long enough to do any of my homework. Oh, you were never in the mental state to turn off the TV. Repeat after. Add to this, and I'm a lazy piece of crap. Add to that, and I'm a lazy piece of crap. I don't have a driver's license. I have a driver's permit that is expired. Do you know how hilarious it is? You think you're going to go to MIT. I mean, what's your GPA now? It can't be that high. You can't even get a driver's license. I was thinking, well, go drive Uber. Go drive, but you let your permit lapse. Like Lori Lightfoot would even be ashamed of you. Okay? And that woman has no standards. You gotta look her up. Yeah, dude. Oh God, sucks to be you. What do you do with your day, man? Like, you have nothing going on. So, I mean, a logical secondary option would be, well, I got no job, so I'll double up on courses. I'll take on student loans, but I'll really bang out the coursework and get it done. What if a bird flaps its wings outside? Is that too distracting for you? Is the TV on that you need your parents or government agency come in and turn it off for you so that maybe you could study? Get the F out of here. You're never going to MIT. Never until you decide today to stop being lazy. Did you pay? You did pay. So here's the deal, man. You're not going to end up like your mom because you can't get pregnant. But you are going to end up like your dad. I don't even know if you know who your dad is or where he is, but I'm going to assume he's a deadbeat. You're going to end up like your parents because this culture has been ingrained in you of just being lazy. And I have fun, man. Have fun. You will become the trash that your mom is. Your life will never improve. And you're going to sit there because you're so crippled by the fear of work. Yet your dream is one of the most rigorous, hardworking things you could ever do, going to MIT. So you decide now whether you want to waste your life. I don't mean to sound like they always made fun of the principal in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which is true. A first class ticket to nowhere. And there was a lot of these teachers who just like try to blah, 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 blah. Okay, now it actually counts because I'm not a teacher. And it is true. Your life is pretty much pointless and over if you're just going to become like your mom. I mean, you'll live and you can do drugs and watch television and play video games. Hey, I mean, I guess that's living in a sense, but you ain't going to MIT. Or you could decide today to stop being worthless. And this is why I said get into the military, because even there with their woke, lax standards, they're going to require you show up. They're going to provide you structure. But I mean, what's your GPA now? I don't care. I don't really care. You probably wasted your time in college now. I would guess the first thing you should do is get your driver's license. The first thing you should do is, I guess you got your permit. Are you capable of looking this stuff up on the internet? Are you too lazy to do that? Someone has to come in and turn on the internet for you? Bet you're real good at some video games, though. I bet you're like really good at Call of Duty or something, right? You just can't get a driver's license. You know, it doesn't have to be this way. You don't have to be a trash like your mom. You don't have to be worthless like your family. You could decide today you're going to like take a shower, get a haircut, wash clothes. The internet's out there. I know your dad's not around, but the internet's there. So use daddy YouTube search. How do I do that? How do I shave? How do I do this? If you got the money, drop it on Modern Life Dating's course. Then get your permit, then get your driver's license. And then instead of you working these crap fast food jobs, I'd recommend Uber because they probably pay a little bit, but then you have to learn to get a car. Oh, your dad didn't teach you that either, Jim. I wonder what the solution is. Oh, I don't have a car. Oh, you should just sit there without a car then. Hey, maybe find out how to buy a car, but I don't got a job. I guess you're walking. It's a choice. It is a choice. You could be trash like your mom or not. I don't care what you do. It's up to you. It's your life. There. done with that. My permit expired. Please read that book, How Not to Become a Millennial. Please. I don't care if you get it at the library because you can't afford it. I don't think it's at the library. Drewski, $5. Did you show up early in a tuxedo? There was a movie called Quicksilver where who is the comedian? He shows up in a tuxedo to get a business loan. Kevin Bacon was in that movie. All right, that's it. Yeah, but remember, you'll get paid the same as everyone, even with half standards because of quality. He just needs structure. That's it. And he needs it where they're not going to like do everything for him. It's just the squirmer that squirm. Is there an easy way to not do anything and go to MIT? That's my favorite. I want to become a heart surgeon, but I'm too lazy to renew my permit for my driver's license. All right. See you guys later. Toodles.